Hello, I'm Anne Skelton. I'm from South Africa. Greetings to everyone who's gathered for this important second African Children's Summit. Let me say to the adults here, thank you for being willing to put listening to children at the top of your agenda and for demonstrating the methodology that you've adopted for this summit. To the children and young people, I want to say, take this opportunity to express yourself. Try to help the adults here remember what it's like to be a child. And also convey to us what it's like to be a child now. I say this because you are young in a complex time, with so many technological developments that can be both benefits and risks. One of the risks that children in Africa face is being left behind. The tech giants of the world cluster their children of Africa do not get left behind. I'm sure you've got many ideas beyond that, and I look forward to hearing what comes out of this summit. What you, as children and young people, consider to be the urgent issues of your time. I've been a member for the past 2 years, the chair of the UN Committee on the Rights of the Child. It meets in Geneva, which is in Switzerland, and I'm pleased to tell you that I have noticed more and more children from Africa engaging with that committee over the years. I've seen that they were coming with government or with NGOs to speak to the committee. Last year, I had the pleasure to sign an agreement with the chairperson of the African Committee of Experts on the Rights and Welfare of the Child. Now, this signals the beginning of working together to make sure that African children's rights are included in the global conversations of children's rights. So, enjoy the summit, have fun, work hard, it will be worth it.
Dr. Shine, thank you, Doc. Yes, I'm aware that we've got contributions from our online delegation. Before we play those contributions, I'd like to give our delegate an opportunity to just reconvene if there are any thoughts. In fact, let me ask this. Who of you feel like you still need to say something in the group that you were in routine? Just raise your hand. You have some very important points that you want to share. Your voice was not heard. No, don't be shy. If your voice was not heard and you did not contribute in routine where we come from, just raise your hand. That's 2, 3. Going once. I must see the hand. If it's here, I can't see it. I need to see it up here. I only saw 3 hands. 4 hands. Okay. Here are 2 approaches. Can we invite either option number 1, we invite the 4 elders who did not contribute to come up on stage and share their thoughts, meaning that now we are all going to be paying attention, or we break up into your groups again, which will be chaotic. Option 1 or option 2? Uh-huh. So, the elders who raised their hands, the 4 of you, please come closer. Yes. Come, my elder. Your hand was up. Also over here, there was a hand that was up. Come. Yes, I saw your hand. Come. You only have this one opportunity. So it's only the 3 of you. Are you sure? You tried to speak in your group and no one gave you a chance.
No.
But you want to pause or something.
Yeah,
Okay. stand on the side.
Hi, everyone. Of course, I know you're eating something. You cannot reply me, but it's fine. All right. My name is Shanita from Uganda. So I'm here to tell you about the barriers, breaking barriers that can hinder children going to school or accessing their education. So first and foremost, we receive shift climate or shifts in climate in Uganda. So you might find that this year it might rain a lot and we receive floods. And this year it might shine a lot and we receive lots of prolonged droughts. So you might find that many students or children who come far from the rural areas or villages, once it rains, the roads they use, they cross the rivers. So once it rains, you might find that the road is blocked and no one can bypass it because there are no boats, no ferries, anything like that. So they may end up not going to school because of heavy rains. And once it rains a lot, you might find that our parents take it as an advantage for us to go to the garden. As it has rained, no going to school, you go to the garden. If it shines a lot, we are going to harvest, no going to school. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. Remember, this is not you are not doing your presentations now. We are just giving the 4 elders who did not have an opportunity to share their thoughts. First.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Indi Pile. My surname is Lamanzia. I'm from Eastern Cape. I'm gonna talk about climate change affect education and schools. I-weather is affecta kuba ezikoleni zethu asinayo umbane alright. Because when sometimes ezikoleni zethu xa kunethile kukhe kungene amanzi. Ngoku xa sometimes xa kunethile sometimes kukhe kuwe iroof phezu kwethu. Sometimes affect abanye abantwana. Ngamanye amaxesha abanye abantwana abakwazi ukuza ezikolweni because bahamba indlela eyi-1. Kwezinye indawo azikho i-bridge.
Hello, everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, when I came here, I observed something, and I was really worried because I couldn't see our Zimbabwean flag. My name is Sandy Sochitana. I'm from Zimbabwe. So I actually went to the idols. I just want to thank them so much for putting our flag. As you can see it, there is our Zimbabwe flag. Let's give them a round of applause. Thank you so much, elders, for hearing me. Ladies and gentlemen, actually, I'm a rural girl. Just here because I came here with the organization World Vision. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm actually grateful for this opportunity because I know that young ladies and young gentlemen who live in rural areas don't really get these kind of opportunities. So, honestly, I want to actually state the factors and the effects that those kids face. I mean, those kids depends on me right now. Since I'm the only child from rural areas from Zimbabwe who came here, I mean, I'll just go straight to the point. I'm not going to take most of the time. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, where I come from, we face a lot of challenges. First of all, our clinics, we've got clinics. But the challenge is that when you get to the clinic sick, they're going to tell you that they don't have all the equipment. So they're going to tell you to go to the hospital from the city. And just imagine how healthy you could be and feeling unease with the pains. So imagine the distance that you have to travel. The transport is actually an issue. So actually imagine being affected by the transport, you have to go, then you couldn't find the help that you need. It really affects us. And on top of that, the schools are too far. They're really too far. Also, there are rivers that blocks us to go to school. But the issue that I'm really concerned about is healthy care. As a children, they need to prioritize our healthy care. That's why I was like, I need this opportunity to stand, to speak for those kids. They really need help, guys. Because when it comes to our health, they usually say that our health is even more importantly. That's why I was like, I can't just sit back and keep quiet. I need to stand up and state the effects that those kids face in rural areas. You can't, guys, imagine parents paying fees for you. Then you want to go to school. Then the climate change just affects you. You go to the river. You find the river, it's full. How are you going to pass? How are you going to go to school? Us, we've got future ahead of us. We are planning a lot of things to make our parents proud. And us being given these kind of opportunities. For instance, I'll take myself as an example. Guys, I'm grateful for this opportunity. There are few people who take this opportunity, and I'm going to grab it with both hands and uplift a rural child. That's me, the farm Julia, the road runner. That's who I am. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Hi guys. My name is Samuel Smith. You can call me Sam or Smith. Oh yeah, I'm a proud son of Kenya. So guys, I was actually shortlisted. The moderator said like I have a lot to say. It was on 2. They didn't capture my recommendation on climate change, as well as on child participation, empowering child participation in education. When it comes to climate change, I recommended that since research shows that we human beings are the ones who really cultivate like climate change so much from our practices and all, we could raise a generation that's environmentally conscious. You see, I don't know if you get it, because like these little acts that you do, like maybe dispose of a litter where it's not supposed to be, contributes gradually to like climate change, whether it's global warming in any form. And some of those children back at home don't really know, like it's quite bad, you see. So if it can really be embedded to our curriculums in education, yeah, I'd really appreciate. 2 was on education. I recommended that if we can, our countries, personally Kenya, can embrace technology through cyber schooling, you see. You guys, I don't know if you guys were in the classrooms, but if you saw in front of the classrooms, they had smart screens, something that we don't have back in our home. And how many countries do they have smart screens on their classrooms? Ethiopia and South Africa. So how many countries don't have? You see, it's a lot of countries who like we don't embrace technology, you see. And you know, it really helps us in retaining the content. And cyber schooling, you see, it's for all learners, whether you're a visual learner, whether you're a practical learner, or you're the person who need to be a bookworm. Like, you see, cyber schooling will actually help, you see, to bridging that gap with every student. Because some people think that some kids are underperformed due to they are not smart, but the thing is they learn differently, you see. And that's why you find South Africa is the most industrialized country, you see, because they really treasure children. They invest in their education. Yeah, I didn't want to say so much, so thank you.
We give thanks to you, Elder. I'll just check one more time because I know some elders just arrived now. Is there any elder here who has something burning to say and you were not given a chance in your breakaway groups? Did not hear your voice? Going once? Going twice? You really wanted to say something so bad and they did not hear you.
Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, I'm Daisy from Kenya. So first, I want to thank you for giving me this opportunity to speak. I'm not taking it for granted. So in our group, I wanted to say something on empowering child education. So what I wanted to say is that all the children should be allowed to learn regardless of their background. So, for instance, from where I come from my background, from the people in my community, in my region, we go to school, yes. But in school, they put us in different stages. Like that, those who are rich, those who are at the middle, and those who are humble. So you see these, like for example, those who are humble, they're not allowed to do most of the things. You find that when there is something in the school for people to take place, they believe that those who are rich can do better. But no, me here, I'm from a humble background, and I can't do much. I don't consider my background. And so what I wanted to say that, I want to fight that are back, that you have left them back at home. Like, I want to fight for them. Like, the government has to ensure that they are treated equally. The government has to ensure that girl child is equal to boy child. Nothing like boy child can rule. I'm saying no to that. If there is any person that is not agreeing with me, I'm very sorry. That's much that I can speak right now. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate you for everything. Your lunch is very sweet, tasty. Thank you very much.
Hi guys, my name is Taki. Well, first of all, I'd like to tell you something about myself. I am a victim of bullying. I've been bullied multiple times. And recently, I've experienced something very, very shocking. I was bullied by a teacher. Yes. So, there's something that we're not talking about. Yesterday, we spoke of gender-based violence, right? We spoke of violence at home. We're not talking about what really happens in our schools. We're not talking about the things that our teachers say to us. We are not talking about that. We are not talking about how we are not being included in our learning and how we are not being involved in how we want to be taught and what we're actually going through. Because us as children, we are sponges. We absorb each and every energy. And most of the energy that we get is negative energy. We don't spend much time with our parents, most of us, right? Where do we spend most of our times? With who? How many of you have received an insult from a teacher? Hey, you see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? We are not talking about what's happening in our schools. Yes, we want to go to school. Yes, we want to learn in a certain way. But you guys, there are things that happen in our schools that impact our mental health. At school, right? We are not only being bullied by our peers. And when you're being bullied by your teacher, you can't speak out because when you speak out, it's deemed as being disrespectful. I'm going to quote someone. When you're overly hyper, you think you know best. Just because you're smart, it doesn't give you the right to disrespect a teacher. Standing up for myself is disrespect. If you say something to me as a teacher and I tell you that, no, I don't like what you said, that's deemed as disrespect in an African classroom. How many of you have experienced that? How many of you are afraid to speak out because you fear that it's deemed as disrespect? Like yesterday, you were coming for the adults, right? And like my biggest fear was, I bet they're saying, this child is so disrespectful. So what I'm trying to say is that we should stand up for ourselves because change starts with you. You don't want your child to be in a classroom where they're not heard. When they try to speak out, they're deemed as disrespectful. Let us identify what is disrespect and not let us identify what is disrespect and not disrespect our elders. But when we feel oppressed, do not be afraid to speak up. Speaking up is not disrespect. What did I say? Speaking up is not disrespect. If you're uncomfortable, what do you say? You speak up. If someone says something to you and you don't like it, you speak up. You speak up, you speak up, you speak for yourself, you speak for your friend, you speak for everyone. Do you hear me? You are a future leader, and you have the right to say what you feel. If you feel uncomfortable, speaking up is not disrespect. Speaking up is not disrespect. Identify disrespect, know what disrespect is, and know when you, as a child, are being disrespected, you also deserve respect. Thank you.
So, hello everybody. How are you? Have you enjoyed your lunch? So I'm Sonia Sanaipe. I'm from Kenya. I'm a girl advocate, and I'm here to represent that every needy child that has not gotten this opportunity to be here. I'm here to say what is affecting us, the matters that they're there. The government knows that they're there, but they aren't doing anything about it. I'm here, for example, for me, I come from a Maasai community in Kenya. I'm a Maasai girl. So in our community, this certain age you are reaching, instead of you to continue with your education, you're given out for marriage. Just imagine you as a child, you're given out for marriage for a man older than your father. How is it? I can't even imagine continuing this. We must stop this. It starts with us. So for me to be here, I don't take this opportunity for granted. I know many people are suffering out there. I'm here to speak the voice of the voiceless. I'm here to speak out the matters that there are really many. I know we can't handle all of them. I know the non-governmental organizations, they can't handle all of them. But for the government, you have to know your work. You have to consider us. We are children. We deserve to be treated with love, with equality. Why? We are the ones we make up Africa, isn't it? We are the ones that make up Africa. We are the future leaders. You are the leaders of tomorrow. And today's tomorrow will never be tomorrow's problem. If we identify that problem today, tomorrow it won't be a problem. It is because we will have already faced it. We will have diminished it. For me to stand here, I'm proud to say I'm an African child, and I will continue fighting for those voiceless child. I don't care what you'll think about me, but I know many people are suffering. We need schools. We need the free education. We need girls to go back to school. For us, we see here, we see it's normal because you're in school. No, it's not normal for you to be in school. You have to appreciate where you are. You have to be proud of the people around you. You have to love them. Treat them good because you don't know what tomorrow they will be. You hear me, girls, guys? Yes, and you have to know that you hold your futures in your hands. Hear me? Yes, you have to love who you are. Please, we have to consider them. We love them so much.
Oh. Give me some more, please. Give me some more. You know, if you are not sitting up here close by, you won't feel the energy and the emotion that's coming out of the children on the stage. And therefore, if you are an adult or an elder, you'll then understand why yesterday we had to just flip the temperature. This gathering is very important because we are trying to create a safe platform for African children's voices, empowering them to directly influence and develop the policies for a brighter tomorrow. If you summarize what our elders just said now, this is what just happened. It played out in front of you. So now I think, because I see that there are more faces that have joined us, welcome. We are glad that you're here. We love you. Come closer. The young boy here in front, come, sit here in the front, yes. Don't sit with the adults, yes. Come sit here with us. This is the VIP section. Yes. Okay. So, do you want to go first, or should we get the presentations first from each group? You want to go first? You'd like to go first? Okay, media team, please assist us. There was a video you played yesterday of the Children's Parliament. If you can find that video and play it for us, please. There's a Children's Parliament video where you saw Dikgang, and then the other deputy, and then the other one was counting people. If you could just find that video for us, and in the meantime, the elders, maybe you could just prepare yourselves to come to stage. We are going to have feedback from one of our executives from the Children's Parliament, and the elders are going to give us their presentation and overview. But we need that video first, media team. The Children's Parliament. You played it yesterday in the background. I don't know where it is. If the NM, if the, do we, please assist us. You okay? Thank you. Elder, come closer. Do you want something to put your...
Hello, everybody. Please clap once if you hear me. Please clap twice if you hear me. Please clap twice if you hear me. 3 times if you hear me. 4 times if you hear me. 5 times if you hear me. Once if you hear me. Twice if you hear me. 3 times if you hear me. Welcome to the Africa Children's Summit. That's great, that's great. I see that a lot of you guys have been engaging. And by the way, my name is Kiarabetsu Peter Hwase. I am the current child ambassador in the Free State Province and the deputy president of Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament. Yes, here's the request. So let me pause here for now so that we can play the video. I'm going to give you the general overview of what Parliament looks like and the general conclusion of our executive members. Thank you very much. So media team, thank you very much. We are sorted.
To nominate for the position. Then I will ask if anyone seconds that nomination. If that nomination is seconded, I will ask the person who has been nominated if they accept the nomination. If they accept the nomination, they will come down and they'll come and stand here. Each and every single position is only going to have 5 nominees. So we're going to start with the nominations for the Speaker of the House. Does anyone want to nominate? Yes, honorable member. Before you say something, you cannot nominate yourself and you cannot nominate an 18-year-old.
I'd like to nominate
in the meanwhile, if they have the short video, can you please just display that for us? This is the long one.
The 11th sitting of the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament returns to the Eastern Cape Legislature on the 14th of July 2023. The Parliament comes over a year after the tragic loss of 21 children in Nyobeni in East London. This year's theme, maximizing the voices of children in addressing social ills affecting them.
So with the support of the House, may we please request the Department of Social Development, the Department of Basic Education and all other spheres to please write us a report showing us the solutions or the problems that they have solved that are in the Children's Manifesto so that we can see our way forward.
We are here as the children of South Africa to come and advocate
for the rights of other South African children. Therefore, we would like to put forward a request that every time we have a parliamentary sitting, each and every minister has to be present here.
The Parliament provides a platform for the children to express themselves as in accordance with the Children's Act and the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child. The children will advance the interest of South African children to influence legislation.
All right, thank you very much. Let us wiggle our hands for it. Let us have a wonderful, wonderful wiggle. Okay, a quick announcement.
This is very important. We are aware that there are elders who don't understand and they need the headphones. The headphones are not here. However, we've got adults who can translate here. So perhaps the child delegates who need translation, you can go sit next to your elder, a chaperone or facilitator who's able to translate for you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right, I'm not going to be too long. I'm just going to be very quick. So I'm going to come down from a real tough weight professional level whereby we talk to our adults to a child level now. Why am I saying so? I want you to understand, even the delegations from the respective African countries, I want the Children's Parliament. So what you just witnessed here, this is just 5%, 2% of it. What happens in the parliament is way extreme than this. A lot of children here have done interviews, and we as the executive, you saw the executive yesterday, we as the executive, we are going to take that information and then we are going to sum it up. Then when we have a parliament sitting, we are going to talk about it. You see, when they say they want the ministers to be there, that's what we are currently fighting for. The ultimatum goal is that when the president is making a speech of the country, or our president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, by the way, or maybe he has a parliament sitting with the honorable delegation, we should also be having our president nearby him. That is the ultimatum goal. We are here challenging government for child participation. You know that at school, there are those extreme decisions that the board has to make. I'm coming at your level now at school. The principal, the SGB, the SMT, you see those group elites, they take demanding decisions that you guys have to, how can I say, persevere. So you have to be included. As much as we are fighting for child participation, there will never be any other decision that will be made without a child saying that I confirm and I agree with what they are saying. Can we hear each other? Are we hearing each other? That is what Parliament is all about. We want the ministers. We want the director generals. We want the deputy director generals. You see the main executive, Department of Social Development. And normally, we are having by Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, we have Save the Children, NDPs there. We have the DSD, we have UNICEF, we have other organizations. Sometimes even companies do sponsor us, depending on the manners of communication that have been approached. So everyone, I don't want you to be disinterested in what I'm going to say, because of in the future when you have a desire to go to Parliament, you have to hear this information. So here's what you deal with. You deal with what we call the UNCRC. You deal with what we call the African Charter on the Rights of a Child, yes. So the UNCRC is the United Nations Convention on the Rights of a Child. You see those topics, you have to align yourself. Now I'm coming to African Charter now. This is basically under the African Union because of the main goal of the government is to have a united Africa. So having a united Africa for future preferences, as much as my president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa says, the children are the future leaders of tomorrow. We want to ensure that in the development of being a leader, we have collaboration with other African leaders so that you magnify the purpose of saying that it is a united Africa. Do we understand each other? I heard one of the members, the delegation, I don't know whether it's Kenya or Uganda, I don't know. They said their government doesn't host any children's parliament. It's Uganda. All right. I think Enzio knows that we have a caucus. There's a caucus that will be arranged for all of us as leaders to sit down. And then Uganda, we're going to intervene so that there should be a children's parliament. We want it in Uganda because we're working towards Africa. And also, please, if you feel uncomfortable, we still do have our chaperones about certain matters that you want to talk about. So it is also important that you know your rights. Children speak more of their rights than their responsibilities. Until date, we are still arguing this matter. Please acknowledge also your responsibilities. Yes, you have the right to education. What is your responsibility? A simple one. Go to school and study. Don't miss classes. Write your homeworks. That's your responsibility. It's simple. So, you see, we are fighting for such basic things. As much as we want the ministers in the parliament, we also need your support so that we work on matters that are concrete. You see, our elders here, if any of our elders were to ill-treat you, they have us to deal with because we are there to protect the children. It's not only the chaperones or the executive of ACS to protect you guys here. The Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament is here. We are currently ensuring that your crying is heard. And that's what we want to ensure, that you are heard. Leaders that are here and leaders online, please be notified. We will do another group. This time, this group, it is where we are doing an action implementation group that is under the proposal of me and the president. Because in that group, we are going to challenge our governments to collaborate together and even the African United Organizations to also be included. When we want a sitting as African children, they should be able to arrange that sitting. It's simple. So, another idea of the Children's Africa Summit, I'm going to be closing very soon. Another idea is that the leaders, the African leaders, child leaders that are here right now, we are to meet in a matter that your country is represented. We want to understand how does a child participation act in your country so that we're able to compare it to our country. Then we say, this is where we are lacking and we need to improvise. The methods that we take in South Africa for child participation are the methods that we want all of the African countries to also implement. Child participation, you see right now, standing on the podium, speaking as much as I can, and then I'll be heading to parliament. This is the same process that we want in every other country. You can hold summit, but how can you hold a summit without a child parliament? Never hold a summit without a child parliament. Therefore means the children are not being recognized. We want a child parliament, then a child summit will be held. If such is not being done, then we are going to make means that from wherever you are as an African child, it comes to us. South Africa right now, knowing that we are currently leading with child participation, we are still facing some struggles. As much as we have not done a children's march for peacemaking, organized by our own, we have not reached the goal as yet. If we have not made our child president to stand nearby our own president, Mr. Cyril Ramaphosa, we have not reached the goal as yet. Because of, it was released by the medias that we are working on a child to be present in the parliament. But the question is that but which child by which position? Because we want the president to be there. The president is the advocacy of the children in South Africa. We are still facing a crisis whereby some of our media platforms are still being biased. And please forgive me for saying this, but it's the honest truth. Because of the media is not currently targeting the children that are supposed to be sitting, that are currently situated at rural areas, whereby it makes it difficult even for us as parliamentarians to reach, because of we still want to cover all of those children under the marginalized panels. So somewhere, somehow, there are problems that we are encountering. But with us, the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament, your executive here, we're here to ensure that your crying is over. We took a stand, and we are saying that we are the voice of the voiceless. And we are still staying it on right now. A practical example that if an elder is not treating you well here, please come to us, and then we'll confront them. We are the voice of the voiceless. This is Children's Parliament. And then if a person wants parliament, we'll give them parliament. It's simple. That's how parliament works. And when we will defend for you guys. It's simple. All of the African countries, this is no longer about South Africa only. All of the African countries, we are here. We are going to support each other. Children, let us also be responsible for our rights. As much as we want to challenge certain aspects for our future, let us also be responsible for our rights. We have a crisis currently that is ongoing. Children that are, we lose lives actually of children due to alcohol and drugs, which are currently dominating. Please, let us minimize that. Let us minimize that and deplete it for the sake of our future. With that being said, this is the Children's Parliament. I have the president, I have the speaker, I have the ambassadors. Now, the final thing I wanted to explain is that how this thing goes in simple matters. It starts at home, whereby the Department of Social Development goes to the school. We look out for children, whereby they are able to speak about the matters that they are facing at home at school. Then they all take and make a summary of all that information to the district when they have been democratically elected. If a parent or a leader takes you as a child and says you are the ambassador, there's going to be a problem with that. We all have to be democratically elected. Do we all understand? Do we all understand? Clap once if you hear me. Clap twice if you hear me. Clap 3 times if you hear me. Great. So, as I'm about to conclude with this information, it all leads to from provincial election, whereby all the children in your districts, for instance, for South Africa, let me talk about me. I come from the Free State. In my province, I have 5 districts. 5 districts all meet up at a central place. Then we talk, we break down the topics. Then now there are presentations that are being done by the children. The children will choose you in terms of how they feel. They feel like you can represent them going forward. Then from provincial, there's a national seating, of which will be communicated. National seating, this is where our president is elected. There's me, my position being elected. There's the speaker being elected. There's the deputy speaker being elected. The sergeant of arms being elected. And then there's the rest of the ambassadors. It doesn't mean when you are now an ambassador and then you don't fit into the executive and national executive, you're no longer an executive. No, all ambassadors are considered to be the executive, but the main executive in the NMCP is considered to be the disciplinary board. So therefore means if the ambassador is not working in their province, we will come to them and want to find out. So you give a detailed report of what happened, of what you did in your province. So who has the interest of being a parliamentarian in here? Okay, I think that the hands will rise. You know what? Why? If you are shy, you will no longer be shy. We are going to ensure that you exercise your freedom of expression. That one, we fully exercise. We want it. So if you face difficulties of not being able to speak in the public platform like I am right now, being a bit flowy, like water. You see right now? This is freedom of expression. I'm exercising it. You see? So you have to be free. Be able to consult with your parents. It starts there. Talking to your parents. Tell that mama, papa, I don't like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I feel like it is unfair. Although we receive parent challenges that, now my mother won't listen to that, it's fine. We have the third person. This is a solution, a third person incoming, which is the Department of Social Development or the Department of Basic Education, the teachers involved. Ne? So freedom of expression being exercised like I'm doing right now. So again, who wants to be a parliamentarian? You want to be a parliamentarian? Yes, you are going to be a parliamentarian. I give my blessings. You are going to be a parliamentarian. All of us are going to be parliamentarians. Uganda, we have not forgotten you. We are going to come to Uganda. We want the child parliament in Uganda. The government, I hope our government officials are hearing us wherever they are. We want a child parliament in Uganda. Thank you very much.
Thank you. One more time, please. You know, if this was easy, all of you would be doing it. It's not that easy to stand up here and to face this entire crowd. You've got adults sitting there at the back judging us. It's not easy. So we give thanks. In fact, there's an elder who just called me and said he has to say something desperately. The mic is yours whilst I deal with this situation.
Hello, everyone else. Hello, guys. We are at the Africa. Guys, as I stand here, I just want to give thanks to the Nelson Mandela Children's Parliament. Guys, what you said you are the voice of the voiceless. They are our voices. Guys, they did what the government itself, the people in power couldn't do. They are trying to combine all the African nations to come together for a better future. Guys, there is no children's parliament in Uganda. These people, they said they are going to make sure that in Uganda there's child parliament. Guys, I thank you. I thank you, guys. If you're not here, you are our voice. Thank you. They're doing what our government cannot do. They're doing what they are leading. They are leading people who are supposed to be leading us. Guys, I thank you. Already they are bringing the nations together. There's a saying that says, united we rise, but divided we fall. If the government of all the African nations have combined it, if they were not divided, to be honest, the officials, the people in the government, the people with power are divided. That is why there is what it is. That is why people in other countries, they're also paying for their school fees. If they were together, I'm telling you guys that you are not going to be paying school fees, because we are going to bring a solution. So guys, thank you for leading by example. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. We have elders who are online with us. We need to be inclusive, remember? So our media team, do we have our elders who are online who'd like to share something with us, please? Here we go. The elder who's helping to facilitate online, thank you very much. Please share your thoughts with us. We are here, you've got our full attention. Just unmute and talk to us.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for this opportunity. The children online are very happy, and they're very happy joining the summit, and they are really engaging, and they're saying that the session is interactive and they're really learning a lot. So they have presentation to present since from yesterday. Yeah. So the online team, let me know if you're ready. Thumbs up for your presentation. Okay, if it's possible, we have group 3 here. They are ready with their presentation. Group 3, can you go first?
Hi guys. My name is Victor Mwangi from Nairobi, Kenya. So in group 3, we were discussing about creative advocacy, whereby this is when one is able to pass a message by either means of poems or song and etc. So we came up with the main idea on how we can be able to pass a message through a song. So our main topic was quality education for all, because in most of the countries, children are sorry because in most of the countries, children are not able to access quality education. So we designed a song talking about quality education for all.
Thank you very much, Victor, for that.
Every child deserves a chance at the start. Equality.
Thank you very much, Victor. The song being played is created by one of the groups. Yeah, they were able to break into a breakaway room, so they came up with this creative song.
Education to build a strong heart. No matter where they come from or their name, we lift them higher, breaking limits of shame. We need a revolution in education now. Raise the banners wide and never let it bow. Every voice counts, every dream takes flight. Together we can change this, starting tonight. Most children are hindered, held back by the view. Society's chains, stealing futures in blue. But we've got the power to open the gates, redesign the future, no room for the hate. Let the classrooms echo with kids in the lead. Let them say their piece, it's their dreams we feed. Every child a leader, with knowledge their crown. Education for all, the walls tumble down. We need a revolution in education now. Break the silence loud, we'll show them how. Every voice counts, every dream takes flight. Together we can change this, starting tonight. They're more than just numbers. They're more than the past. A brighter tomorrow, their shadows outcast. Every child should be part, every choice they make. It's their future shaping with each move they take. We need a revolution in education now. Break the silence loud, we'll show them how. Oh, every voice counts, every dream takes flight. Together we can change this, starting tonight.
Thank you very much for that. With that, you can see how powerful you are. You are our future leaders. If you children can come up with an innovative as such, the future is bright. Okay, so we are going to the first group, which will be AI and education. The representative, please.
Okay, good day. My name is Emmanuel Zonko, and I'm the representative for AI in education. Before we get to the main topic, let us first understand what AI means. AI stands for Artificial Intelligence, which refers to computers which perform tasks that humans can perform, but with faster and less errors. There are many types of AI, which include AIs that perform specific tasks, like the one that Victor just showed, Suno, and AIs that perform general comprehensive tasks, like ChatGPT and DeepSeek. When we're speaking about AI in education, we're talking about the advantages and disadvantages of AI in the use of education. We first spoke about the disadvantages, which are it causes laziness in students. As students who use AI will become lazier since they do not really have to go through the textbooks to be looking for the answers, which can cause them to skip over some parts which will be helpful for them later, as they only look for the main points that they need for that assignment or task. Another one is that it kills creativity. As students won't be able to give creative answers to any question they are given, as AI gives them strict answers based on what they ask, so it does not help them in a creative way. Now, as we talk about advantages of AI, there are many advantages, but the truth is that AI can only be useful if you know how to use it in the right way, so that it does not destroy the effectiveness of child's education. So an advantage is that it helps in completing tasks. Another one is, that's one main advantage. It helps in completing tasks. It reduces the error in some tasks that might need tedious assessment, and it helps with application in healthcare, finance, autonomous vehicles, and it acts as personal assistants. Examples are like Siri and Alexa. Now, after this, we talk about application of AI in schools and how the government can help. The government can help, first of all, schools. Schools can help by applying AI tools for students who are not able to use them based on personal backgrounds or location. School can be able to provide these AI tools for them to use. The government can also be able to provide these tools for them by building facilities where not only students but people in the community can be able to use them. In the sense that people do not want to cause themselves to be destroyed by the use of AI, schools can encourage students to start study groups, with them helping to brainstorm on ideas instead of using AI to answer questions. It can help to share opinions on answers that they were given, to build creativity and to show ideas on different parts of whatever they're talking about. In conclusion, AI is a very helpful part that students can take control of, but it only depends on how they use it, as you can make and break a student. Thank you.
Thank you very much, AI and education. We are going to the next group, which is ending violence in school. The representative, please. Who's representing the ending violence in school group? Okay, as we are waiting for that, we can move to the next group, which is child participation in education. The representative for child participation in education.
Hello.
Hello, can hear you.
My name is Given Sterling, representing on participation in education. To begin with, lack of school fees. A child cannot participate in education if there is no school fees. This will lead to school dropout. In addition, discrimination of disabled children. Many children who are not disabled, they discriminate the disabled children. As a result, these disabled, they suggest to drop out of school. Lack of awareness on parents and communities by disability. Some parents, they ignore their own children to attend education because of their disability. School dropout. Many children, they have dropped out of school because of poverty, long distance to school, and lack of school materials. Child marriages. Many children has forced by their parents to get married instantly. Hence, they think that their problem will be solved of their everyday lives. Inadequate of participation of children in child-friendly spaces, and also inadequate of friendly infrastructure. Drug and substance abuse. Many children, they indulge in drug and substance abuse. As a result, they neglect school and do not participate well in class. Inadequate of specialist teachers. In our school, we are lacking teachers who can be able to teach those who don't hear, and we need teachers who can be able to teach in sign languages. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. Maybe if I can go back to ending violence in school. Are you ready? The representative for that group? Okay, if not, let's move forward to barrier to education. Barrier to education group.
Hello.
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 Hello. We can
Anna
hear you.
Fevla from Kalonga, Malawi, and I want to represent the barriers in education. First, understanding education barriers. Education is a fundamental right for every child, yet numerous barriers hinder the ability to access quality learning opportunities, particularly in Malawi and other African nations. These barriers can be defined as obstacles that prevent children from receiving a full educational experience, including physical, financial, and social challenges. It is crucial to address these barriers to ensure that all children have the opportunity to learn and thrive. Another is poor infrastructure. One of the significant barriers faced by the children in accessing education is the lack of proper roads to schools, especially during the rainy season. The inadequate transport infrastructure makes it challenging for children to reach schools, often resulting in missed classes and reduced education. The third one is insufficient learning environments. Many children attend classes without proper facilities. Numerous schools lack adequate classrooms and furniture. Consequently, students frequently learn under trees, which is not conducive to a positive and focused learning atmosphere. This hinders their ability to engage effectively in lessons and limits their academic progress. Another is financial neglect and financial challenges. Some children face neglect due to their parents' inability to support their educational needs. This neglect can lead to increased dropout rates and vulnerability to child trafficking. The financial burden of school fees exacerbates this issue, making it difficult for families to prioritize education. Another one is teacher shortages. Pressing issue in many African schools is the lack of qualified teachers. With the overcrowded classrooms, sometimes reaching 70 students per teacher, and video attention to students' needs is severely lacking. This shortage of educators diminishes the culture of education and hinders students' academic success. Another one is limited resources. Schools often suffer from a lack of essential resources, including textbooks, learning materials, and adequate classroom facilities. This shortage obstructs effective teaching and learning as students are unable to access the tools they need to succeed academically. And the distance to schools. Many children must travel long distances to access their schools, which can be physically taxing and time-consuming. This distance can deter regular attendance, further hindering their educational journey. And to mitigation of these issues, now first, we can mitigate these issues by community support initiatives. Parents can be educated on various income-generating activities to assist them in paying school fees. Community workshops and training sessions can raise awareness on how to enhance households' income, encouraging financial stability and the prioritization of education. Second mitigation is free education policy. The government can consider adopting a free education policy that eliminates school fees for all students. These measures would alleviate the financial burden on families and promote higher enrollment rates, especially among vulnerable populations. The third mitigation is school bursaries. Establishing scholarship programs or bursaries can help financially disadvantaged children continue their education without the fear of dropping out. These financial supports can be pivotal in retaining students in the schooling system. The fourth mitigation is teacher recruitment and training. It is essential to recruit more qualified teachers and invest in their professional development to increase students to teacher ratios and facilitate personalized learning experiences. The government should prioritize hiring new educators. The fifth mitigation is building infrastructures. The government alongside members should focus on constructing new classrooms and upgrading existing facilities. Building more school blocks would ensure that all students have access to a conducive learning environment. And other mitigation is improving transportations, enhancing the road infrastructure or providing transport solutions for children living further away from schools can significantly improve attendance rates. This initiative can include community-driven projects to build self-walking paths or the provision of bicycles. And the last one is resource allocation. An increased allocation of education resources by the government and the stakeholders is crucial. This includes supplying schools with textbooks, learning materials, and technology to support effective teaching and learning methods. In inclusion, by addressing these barriers through collective efforts, we can create an environment where all children in Malawi and Africa can accept a future for our community. It is our responsibility to ensure that every child, regardless of their circumstances, has the opportunity to learn and grow. Together, let us advocate for constructive changes to overcome these challenges and make education a reality for all. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for that presentation. We are going to the next group, which is climate and education. The representative for climate and education. Okay, as we are waiting for them, let's go to the next group, which is inclusive education. Inclusive education, are you there? Oh, I'm alerted that they just left a while ago. Maybe, what about climate and education? Okay, I'm informed they also left. So with that, those were our presentation. Back to you on the stage. Thank you very much.
Let's give our elders some. Let me turn up this volume here on this speaker of mine. Let me see those hands. Thank you very much to our online team. I hope you can see our hands. We are celebrating with you. We love you and thank you for contributing. And I want to thank the elders who are paying attention. Because when it's your turn to stand here and present, you expect us to pay attention to you, right? So those of you who are sleeping, passing out, looking like you are bored and irritated, when it's your turn to present, we're going to do the same. Then you can get the feeling of how painful it is. You've heard your elder standing here on the stage, crying about we are not being heard, we are not being seen. So what are we doing if we are not hearing our elders here, not seeing them? There are meetings that are happening here with the parliament, whilst presentations are happening. Others are gossiping with their chaperones because apparently you are not part of this session. Are you? Aren't you? You need to make up your minds. It's the Africa Children's Summit. If you are invited here as a child, you need to be participating. If you'd rather be chilling with your chaperone, then they should have another session for you. Please respect us. And that's to all the elders as well, who are passing out and sleeping whilst our elders are speaking. I'm calling you to order. You will not have a successful parliament if you cannot respect each other. Already the adults of this world have turned our world into war. You hear it in the news, you hear your parents talking about it. It starts here. If we can't engage and respect each other in this space, you'll go out there and start wars. In fact, as some of the elders were presenting, I was hearing solutions. Trump can keep his money and Elon Musk. The solutions are here amongst you. But you won't hear or see the solutions if you are on your phone, you are sleeping, you are not paying attention. For that, we're going to play a game. That's how I'm going to punish you. Okay, if you have something in your hands, put it inside your bag. Keys, cell phone, love letters, papers, in the bag. Mazimba, something that you were eating, inside the bag. Okay. This game, we're going to call it Sights and Sound. I will be your sight, and you are going to be the sound. When I do an action, I need to hear the sound that corresponds with the action. I'm going to do the action, you have to give the sound that goes with that action. So, when I stand with my hands up like this, the sound is up. Let me hear. Let me hear again. When I jump up, I'm going to try it again. Right. And then, when I put both my hands on my eyes, like this, I want you to say, what the wow. When I put my hands, I want you to say, what the wow. Okay. And then when I sit down, the sound you're going to make is Iche. Iche. Are you awake now? I don't think so. Then I have one more for you. When I do this, you say, pa-ow. What was that? One more time. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now that I got you awake. Right. I just want to speak to the adults and chaperones and parents in the building just for a second. There's an elder or a parent that I bumped into earlier on and said, Elder Dumi, I love what you're doing. But my challenge as a parent is I don't know how I can add value to what is happening here. Fortunately for you, I have the answers right here. Because some parents, some adults might not know what their contribution to something like this would be. Number one, if you're over the age of 21, you're an adult, and you happen to be in a room with children, the first thing that we need from you is your presence. You are adults. I don't have to break down what the word presence is. There's a difference between being in the space physically and being present. When we've done the Boy Joy with the Nelson Mandela Children's Fund, the facilitators and chaperones, they were present. Be present. Number two, you are here because we need your wisdom. You've lived longer than us. I mean, there's nothing to lie about that. You've lived longer than us. So you have some wisdom that we need here. We need you to be a guide. Because you have the wisdom, be the guide. When the robot turns green, turns orange, turns red, it doesn't move. It stays right there. It turns green. It's the motorist who decides to either stop or to not move at the right time. You are the robot, my elder. When you say stop, you can't stop. No. As a guide, stop. Allow them to have the choice whether they want to move or not so they can learn the lesson. The fourth thing we need from you, we need honesty. There's the truth and there's honesty. You are going to build us by being honest with us. Remember, adults, parents, when you don't give us answers, we go to the next best thing, which is the cell phone. You heard the children up here telling you that they spend 80% of their time at school with teachers, and they're not happy there. Meaning by the time they come home to engage with you, they're tired, they're exhausted, you are exhausted because you had a long day, and there's no real connection apart from the homework. The last thing, I'm done now. The last thing that we need from you as adults, as parents, as facilitators, as leaders, please, give us space. Give us space. Already the children have cried that they don't have safe spaces. Some of you here, adults, work in very influential places. Some of you are even in close proximity to leaderships of your countries. We don't have enough safe spaces for our children. Space, my elders. You can help us with that space. Elder Martha from Ethiopia, we urgently need you to assist us with a child who's not well. Elder Martha from Ethiopia. Please follow the elder there. Thank you. Okay, now that I got your attention again, thank you. We'd love to hear your presentations now before we run out of time. So, whilst you were in your breakaway groups, did you select individuals who would speak? Is that a yes or no? Okay, who says no? You did not pick someone from your group. Stand up, please. Please stand. You say no. Stand up. Who else says no? They did not pick? No, don't force them. They must. Did you pick someone from your group? Yes or no? No. Okay. In which group are you in, my elder? The elder who's standing. In which group are you in? Limpopo. Raise your hands, Limpopo group, if you're with the elder. Why didn't you choose someone to represent you? Who did you choose? Mang? Stand up. Damburo, stand up. Are you going to represent us? Do you remember them picking you? You don't remember. But do you take the responsibility? Come to the stage, please. If you were asked to represent or selected, please come to the stage. I'm giving you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hey, what's happening, guys? If you were picked to speak on behalf of the team that you were with, yes? The elders are going to need their papers to read from, please. Please assist us. Wait. It's not necessary. Oh, me. Okay, come closer, come closer. That's how I call the meeting here. Now listen, elders, Mamela, listen to me first. How many of you cannot do a presentation without? Why?
I need the paper, like.
The paper's not here. So what's plan B?
Use it. Okay,
Who's the other elder that cannot present without their paper? Why? What's the problem?
We need practice.
Yeah, we need
Yes, because there was no time.
Okay.
Yes, we have to start with the topic. Yes. Then you can.
Okay, fine. We'll go through each topic, right? One at a time. So let's start with barriers to education. Barriers to education? Who's going to do that presentation? Let's start with you. The rest of you, please sit at the back. Sit down there on the floor. Sit there at the back. Sit down so I can see you. Sit down. Sit down, let me see you. When you're ready to talk, sit down, let me see you. Yes, yes, yes. Please sit. Yes. Okay, let's settle down in 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need you to settle down. Allow these elders to sort themselves out. They need to get their papers. Those who are not presenting, just have a seat. Have a seat for us. How many papers are we fetching now? You got your paper? I'm here to rush you. 5, 4, 3, 2. Go sit when you found your paper. Are you looking? Go sit there when you found it. Look for it. You can't find it. Sorry.
I think it's better if we
Do it together, ne? Come. Come. Okay. Now, please sit. If you are not presenting, please have a seat. Unless it's an emergency and you're dealing with it as an adult, everyone else, you need to sit, please. Don't worry about the papers, we found them. And if your presenters have left, don't panic. We have a plan. Okay, you found your papers, right? Thank you. So, this is what we're going to do. Will present one topic. Because of time, each group will present on one topic. Yes? Okay. Now, here are the rules for when you are presenting, my elder. I said when I talk, you listen. Now you are talking, so I'll listen. Get it off your chest until you are done. I won't rush you. Thank you. When you get up, you'll stand right here in the front so that our cameras can capture you. You'll say your name. You'll say the country that you are from. And then you'll read out one topic to the team. Yes? And then, after each elder presents, I will allow only one contribution from the floor, including adults, if maybe you want to add something to what has just been said. Just one comment. Who's ready? Or should I pick? Oh, wow, I love it. Okay, you go first. Here we go. When the elder talks, we listen. If they talk whilst you are talking,
Good day, everybody. You're not responding to me. I said, good day, everybody. Okay, guys, I go with the name Sandiso Chitana from Gwanda. Okay, the topic that I'll be concentrating on is climate change. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to dwell into the paperwork that we did. I'm just going to summarize it so that others can get the opportunity to talk. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, from what I've observed in my country, most farmers, most people live doing farming things. They do farming, growing crops so that they can survive, so that they can sell crops to survive. And that's where the money comes from, to pay school fees for children. That's because when the climate change, they don't get the opportunity, the chance, so that they can grow their crops and sell them, so that they can get the income for us as children, all of us here to take part in schools. So it really affects us. So taking a deep consideration, ladies and gentlemen, as I was observing it, as I was listening to other countries talking, they were also talking about global warming, how it affects us. I remember it's a girl from, I don't know if is it Zambia? The one that says that if your car is dead, don't use it because you're polluting the air. Just leave it like that. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to also emphasize on climate change. Also, when it's raining, it becomes a barrier to us to attend schools. Mostly because we'll be traveling long distance to go to schools. Even the rivers will be full to so much water, so that we will stay about weeks not going to school. And it really affects us because when you cannot go to school, what could you possibly do? You sit home, do the home chores. Also, when you go back home, you go to the field. Of course, it's good to contribute, but sometimes education is important. It's the key to success, especially to those kids who live in rural areas. They need something that they can rely on, something that will help them in future. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes as children, as we grow up, we face a lot of challenges that we need to observe. As we see our elders trying to work hard, some of us, we know our backgrounds, we know where we come from. Sometimes when you receive an opportunity to go to school, have you thought about it that there's a child at your age who is staying at home? Some of them are being, sold off. They're being got to practice early marriages because they don't have the money to survive. It's really difficult, ladies and gentlemen. It's really difficult. It really touches the heart for me to think that I'm here. I'm here at the African Children's Summit, yet there is another child who sits at home, who doesn't do anything. Because they don't have the chance, they don't have the chance to participate, they don't have that kind of opportunity to go to school, to learn, to get to know people. Just like I am here, I've met few friends, and I've come to know how other people live in their own countries. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to waste time. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, when you see the red hat, you must know it's hot. It's time. Any contribution to what the elder has just said? Adults, I'm giving you an opportunity now, something you want to add, you want to emphasize, going once, going twice, your chance is gone. Who's next? Here we go.
Thank you so much, Artificaros Panwe Jr. And I'm the Speaker Emeritus of the Liberia National Children's Parliament, Republic of Liberia. I will be presenting on the barrier to education. There are lots of barriers to education, but in Liberia, one of the main barriers to education is poverty. The parents are not capacitated enough to send their children to private schools, because in Liberia, if you want your child to acquire adequate education, then that child needs to go to private school, not government schools, because government school doesn't have infrastructure, good teachers. There are not more equipments in government schools. Discrimination as well. Discrimination is a barrier to education. Children living with disabilities in Liberia have been excluded. One of the things that got children living with disabilities excluded is that they have no access even to government buildings and school buildings. When I arrived in Johannesburg here, all of the stuff I saw, all of the buildings have access for people living with disability, but it's not in Liberia. They have steps. They don't have. They are not capable of accessing buildings that are the spaces they are meant to be. Even schools and language barriers. In Liberia, we have different languages from different tribes. So when children leave the rural community to come to urban community to school, because there are limited schools in Liberia, they comes with dialect. They don't know English. We bully them in school, which of course allow them to drop out of schools. There are not more enough teachers because the government doesn't have too many fundings to pay teachers. So there are not more teachers in government schools to provide adequate education for the children. Next more, as the issue of street case in Liberia, that the parents living with disability have no job. There is no job there. The people living with disability are excluded. With this, there are no funding for them. So what they do is to go on the street to beg. Who are they using to beg? Their children. Who are they using to sell? Their children. So when you go in the street of Monrovia, you see children of 12, 13, 14 years of age are in the street selling chips. These are barriers that we have identified in Liberia and Africa as a whole. Thank you.
Thank you, Elder. Once you've presented, you can have a seat so that we can eliminate you. Contributions? Yes, my elder.
Good evening, or good afternoon to the floor at large. My name is Kazimla Adam, and I'd just want to touch on 3 subjects referring to access to education. I would like to rephrase the question into quality education, because we have a lot of schools in South Africa, but are they giving you quality education that is setting a child up to a good future? Then one of the things that are limiting that access is first classism, and the fact that there's not enough resources from government to ensure that no-fee schools are getting quality education and quality resources to be able to ensure that the children get the right education. The second thing is inclusion. I think there is special schools for people living with disabilities, but I am arguing that that is a form of exclusion, because in those schools they don't have the proper resources. They don't have proper teachers that have the proper training to be able to teach them. I think each and every school must be able to include each and every person into every school and to ensure maximum inclusion. And the third thing would be women and girls that are facing period each and every month that don't have sanitary equipment to be able to attend school. So many, my question is, how is contraceptive, which is sometimes a choice, right? How is that free but not sanitary towels? In this day and age, in the 2025, those are my 3 problems to access of education. Thank you very much.
We are moving on.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Indy Pile. My surname is Lamanzi. I'm from Eastern Cape. I'm standing for Eastern Cape. I'm gonna talk about AI. AI is dangerous to education because kids love to do not do their homeworks. If they want to do something simple for themselves, they just go to AI and just take their homework and just put it in AI. AI is gonna do that homework. And sometimes they give the wrong answers. That's why AI, I'm trying to say it's wrong sometimes. Sometimes it's right, but don't use it every time. Just use it in these words that you do not understand it. Because you can use the technology to do homework for you, or classwork, or a test. Just use your head, use your brain. Because sometimes sometimes in our homes we have different homes. Sometimes another homes do not have money to buy you a phone. It's simple in poor homes to use your brain. In rich homes, they just use technology. If you are poor, just use your brain. And if you are rich, just use the brain. Don't use technology. But one day, in South Africa or all the provinces, there'll be technologies. One day you will need to use your brain. And you can use the brain now because you are using the technology. Just guys, stop using technology. I see all of you are using the phone now when I'm talking. You're in the phone, guys. You're not listening what I'm trying to say to you. I'm sorry, but I'm crying because I'm here. I'm not done, guys. I'm not done. I just want to talk more. I wish I can stay in the stage for you. I just want to talk more, guys. Guys, technology is not dangerous. I'm not saying it's dangerous, but it can be dangerous in another side. Another side is good. Guys, another side is helpful. It helps with the words that you don't understand. Those words, we have these dictionaries that are poor. Sometimes in dictionary you can't find a word that you want. That's why sometimes we need to go to the technology. We need to learn how to use technology because in our university, high school, you need to know how to use technology. There's my sister in my home. He's in university, but he didn't know how to use technology. He was in university last year. He's still in university. He did not know how to use technology, but there's my mom, and my mom helps him sometimes. Sometimes I'm helping him because I know how to use technology, just leaking. I'm not that smart in technology. If I'm doing something, I'm using my brain. I do not like to use technology speaker. Guys, do not use technology. Guys, you need to use your brain when you can understand a thing. If you do not understand it in the class, go to the teacher. Don't go to the phone. I'm seeing a lot of people are running to the phone right now. Look, he's touching the phone right now. I'm talking. He's not listening to me. But if you want me to listen to, don't run to the phone right now, please. Guys, thank you so much. I love you all.
Here, come my elder. Let's go and sit. Let's go about jealous.
Is it morning or afternoon? Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I already introduced myself, but I'm going to reintroduce myself again. I go by the name Uhone Rabali, and I'll be presenting for my group. So the topic that I chose is several factors that can affect, but it has a lot of points. So yeah, the first point is language barriers. Some learners in other countries, when they learn in English, but they don't know how to speak that specific language. That can cause them to drop out of school. They just stay home, do the dishes. They'll be forced to do something. So that's why, if I was the Minister of Education, I would make sure that there will be a school for people who don't know a specific language. Then the next point is health, ability and disabilities. Some people with disabilities, when they go to a specific school, they'll be made fun of, making them to drop out. So there are also some schools for disabled people, but the teachers are not professional teachers that are meant for that. The disabled people. So that's why I say they need trained people for that, for disabled people. Then my last topic is health and well-being. Hey, we do have some evil friends, we know. So some of them are evil. So that's why I say you have to find better friends for your health and well-being. What did I want to ask you? I remember my mom telling me that friend influence is sometimes not very good. It's sometimes bad. That's why you have to find very, very good friends. People in this world, you don't know, they can try to poison you sometimes. So be warned. For your health, you have to be next to people that you are used to, people that you already know, so that you can cope along with them. I thank you.
That was a great presentation. Hopefully we can meet you later. My elder, you wanted to contribute something. Here I am. Say your name, your country.
Hello, everybody. My name is Niria. I'm from Ghana. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about, you see, the AI that she was mentioning about. She was like, we should stop using AI and everything. But then, sometimes AI, most of the time, AI helps us because, when we go to school, though I heard that in South Africa they've canceled, but in other countries in Africa, it's not. When you go to school and then you don't understand something, then you ask the teacher or something, and they're not, most of the time they're not willing to explain. So maybe they'll insult you and call you names, and then sometimes when you want to ask them again because they're going to get angry. So then you go home and then you pick up your device, let's say ChatGPT. Sometimes he even explains better than the teachers, actually. So yeah, it does help us. So that's what I wanted to say.
Thank you, Elder. I wonder, is there an adult who works in the technology space in terms of making technology safer for children? Maybe you have a contribution? Askies. Yes? You want to say, he's not an adult, but he wants to say something.
Comes to technology, we continue to make is that the children using the internet in Liberia, we continue to advocate that the children usage of the internet should be monitored because rules and the regulations. There are some questions that ChatGPT, the artificial intelligence, doesn't answer. There are some questions they will tell you is beyond their rules. They don't answer. And basically going back to that, we have to, what I think we could do for safer internet, usage of internet by children is to keep monitoring them, because now I have different internet use rather than a child in Liberia. Some children, when you look different videos that are not necessary for their growth. But when you log in my account, you will see maybe the president of Senegal speaking. Maybe you'll see someone at Global Fund for Children saying something, because there are people we follow. If you want your internet to be safe, you follow the right people. You follow the right people, your internet will be safe. But if you go and follow people who are doing content on TikTok, they are being naked and doing something very wrong, you will continue to be abusing yourself on the internet. So it's a recommendation to the chaperone and our parents to keep monitoring the children to know what appearing on their various platform regularly. Thank you.